What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, coming at you from the Prime Inc. terminal in Minooka, Illinois. You know, I just did a video where I was talking about Atlanta and all the traffic in Atlanta and how I think that's more of a myth than it is faction. First of all, before I get into this video, I got my Super Trucker headset on because I'm going to be talking about Super Trucker type shit. But, Atlanta, that's a myth. You know, I had people saying, oh, you know, you went through at this time or that time. You know, I went through Atlanta, and that's not my first rodeo. First of all, it's not like I went through Atlanta once and I'm basing it on that. I've been through Atlanta multiple times, all different kinds of day, night, whatever. And I even mentioned in the video on my way coming in from the, I guess I'd have been coming in from the north. I went through at night, so I did qualify that. But when I went through Atlanta the last time, it was at 9 a.m. So there's really no reasoning for that. And it's not the first time I've gone through there at any of that, you know, at those like rush hour type times. There are way worse cities. I had somebody bring up Phoenix. That was a city I forgot about. And I actually used to go to Phoenix on business every 2 weeks. Phoenix definitely worse than Atlanta. Anybody in Atlanta, I think what it is, a lot of people live in Atlanta, try to make Atlanta feel like it's a bigger city than it is and all that kind of stuff. You know what? Live on the, you know, whole movie industry, you know, rap, all that stuff, but don't try to make it seem like it's some big ass city. Phoenix, worse than Atlanta. Somebody else, and I can't believe I didn't remember this because I just went through there today. Chicago. I spent more time in Chicago on the 50-mile trip from my delivery to our terminal than I spent maybe in the total time I've been in Atlanta. That might be an exaggeration, but seriously, Chicago, way worse than Atlanta. So I'm done hearing all this shit. It's not like I've went through Atlanta one time and I'm like, you know, Atlanta's not that bad. No, I've gone through there multiple times. So, inconsiderate drivers, but it's not like I go through. When I get a load, I'm not like, oh shit, this is delivering in Atlanta, or I gotta go through Atlanta. The cities I think about that are like Boston, New Jersey, New York City area, Dallas. Dallas is my least favorite city. Because while even if you want to try to throw Atlanta up with the big boys and be like, oh, it's a big city and they got big traffic, you know, Dallas is a different animal. Dallas is where you get off on a highway, got to merge 1,945 lanes over to the left, merge onto another highway, stay on that highway for about another, you know, 55 seconds, and then merge 18 lanes over to get off on the other place. So Atlanta, you know what? Atlanta has a little bit more traffic than normal, but it's not anything that perks my ears up when it's like, I gotta go through Atlanta. Anyway, enough about that. Another thing I have enough of is these multi-stop loads. I am so fucking sick of multi-stop loads. It's like grinding on me right now. You know, I'm trying to get back to the terminal, handle my taxes, all that stuff. And one thing I'll give my fleet manager is he'll push me more than I want to be pushed. So I'm going to give that to him. So I tell him I need to be to the terminal by like Monday or Tuesday to, you know, get the taxes done and all this other little knick-knack bullshit I want to do. He sends me a load picking up in Ottawa, Illinois. So I'm at the terminal now. It's about 35 miles away. Today is Friday night. The drop dead time on this is Monday morning at I think 9 a.m., something like that. That's the only reason this load has redeeming value. Had this been a load I had to pick up right away and then like get on the road and do all this kind of stuff, I'd have turned this load down. 3 stops in Cincinnati. That is no fun at all. Restaurant Depot, Cisco, US Foods. 3 notoriously bullshit receivers to deliver to in terms of, you know, some of their docks and things like that. But delivers on Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. I told him I needed to be back. And he's like, well, we'll get you back whenever. And, it's not a hard time. I need to be there. And I told him that. But he is definitely the type to milk the shit out of you. And sometimes, people need that. It's sort of like sometimes salespeople perform to the minimum level that they need to. So I'll kind of look at this in a similar fashion. But the last thing I was really wanting to do was 3 stops in Cincinnati. I mean, that is a shit show. So anyway, Atlanta, come on. I mean, seriously, Chicago, I spent way more time, double the time I would have spent if I was in Atlanta, just going the time it took for me to get to my receiver to here, which is less than like 50 miles. I'll even throw in, you want to throw in some obscure places, I'm going to even throw in, like I mentioned Portland earlier, I'll throw in Seattle on you if I got to. But I think it's, what I think happened with Atlanta is there's this whole group of people that want Atlanta to be a bigger city and have more importance than what it actually has, that are out here trying to say, oh, the traffic is bad, everybody's coming here, we're shut down, all this shit. No, you're not. Shut up. You know what? It ain't that damn busy. Somebody mentioned Nashville. I could think, fuck, there are so many obscure cities that I could throw into this that actually have worse. I could throw in San Antonio if I had to on you. I've never been through Atlanta and been like, this is horrible. But I've gone through, like I said, Dallas is the worst. Chicago, markedly worse. Philadelphia at 1 o'clock in the morning is worse than Atlanta at 9 a.m. Not even, what do the young kids say these days? No cap. No cap. I might even try to throw in some Pilgrim shit on you. I already threw in Boston on you, but I might even take it up a little bit further into Maine or something on you. But Atlanta is, I think it's a bunch of people living in Atlanta that actually want to sound like they're big boys, and they try to make it seem like that, and it's just not. Anyway, I'm tired of these multi-drop loads. It's really grinding on me, especially when they're in these little ass, well, not little ass, but these little ass tight downtown areas. I just came out of Chicago. Boy, I made a right-hand turn out there, and luckily, because I wouldn't have done this as a rookie driver, I just drove down the middle of the road, right? 2-lane road. Drove down the middle of it, put on my blinker to let everybody know I was going to make that right turn, and I came all the way in the left-hand lane, and I'm trying to get this damn fly out of here. I forgot to get my fly paper, but I was still so close to clipping this stop sign over here, and really just because some asshole had to pull a little bit further up than he should have. But Chicago, way worse. Anyway, I'm about to get off here, go to sleep, take advantage of this night where I don't have to wake up at any specific time. I appreciate you stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.